The Chiefs will battle the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship game. Mahomes versus Josh Allen, and we're going to talk about it. Good morning, Chiefs Kingdom. Welcome in on this fine Monday morning. We're going to talk about the Chiefs and the Bills AFC Championship game. But before we get started, Mike, let them know about BetUS. Mike, I can't hear a word you're saying right now. I don't know if it's you or it's me or what. Okay, it's you. It's definitely you. Oh, Chiefer says so. But yeah, while Mike's figuring out his sound, he was talking about BetUS.
BetUS. Here, I'll do it again. BetUS. Go to betus.com. Okay, cool. Hey, check it out. This is what's happening. There's a lot of boo-hooing. There's a lot of whining going on. Like the whole entire world is turned into a pillar of salt with the Chiefs, Steve, and it is so annoying to me. It's so annoying.
Funny
how you can have every single media outlet, every NFL fan that has no idea what football is. You even got Chiefs fans catering to the mob, being like, "Yeah, those are weak calls. There were weak calls. Those were legit calls that, if you know the rules of the game, have to be called." And you better believe Josh Allen's going to get those this week.
Of course he is.
So don't
be
acting like nobody gets them. Josh Allen's the king of flops, and somehow Mahomes tries to get one call going out of bounds, and now he's the flop king. Like, come on. What are we doing? Why does my mic not even work? It knew I was about to go on a full-on rage today, and it was tired of it already.
Yeah, that's exactly why. I was going to say it's because they knew what you were about to say. But it is kind of ridiculous, and I don't even care at this point. I just laugh at it. I think the best thing that anyone can do is just laugh about it. I mean, it's even the media, the narrative now is the only people that say that the Chiefs don't get cheated for are Chiefs fans. It's pretty bad when NFL players are saying that. ESPN.
Dude,
all kinds
if
of
I was the NFL needs to be, if you're part of the NFL, if you're part of the Texans, and every one of them that insinuated that it was the refs versus us and blah, 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 I would fine them into oblivion. I would take their entire paycheck they made from that game. Look, if you're Roger Goodell, you've got to uphold the integrity of the NFL and your product, okay? Because there was nothing wrong with any of those calls. If you want to go in and look at those calls, those are completely legit calls. Like, this is one of the calls right here. You can plainly see in that screenshot that Mahomes is getting elbowed to the head from the left guy, forearmed. The other guy has already smacked his left hand into the side of his helmet. Okay. Both guys, Mahomes is sliding, and both guys are angled towards the ground, which means
but he
Mahomes
slid late.
It doesn't matter.
I know, right?
If you slide late, it doesn't matter. You're still sliding. So at that point, you don't have to hit someone, and you definitely don't have to angle down on them. Both guys hit each other because they're leading with the crown of their helmet like this and can't even see where they're going.
Mike, they were head hunting, and they got caught.
They just got suspended for head hunting weeks ago.
Exactly. That's my point. They tried to kill Trevor Lawrence.
And the whole media narrative was, that should be banned from the game. This guy's horrible. This should never happen. And then they do it against Patrick Mahomes, and now Patrick Mahomes is to blame. And the Chiefs are to blame for them getting the call that was the rightful call. It was an unnecessary roughness penalty. People's like, this isn't there's no way they should have called roughing the passer. They didn't call roughing the passer. He wasn't passing the ball, and he wasn't in the pocket. They called unnecessary roughness because you took a cheap shot on his head.
Right.
What are these people talking about? Like,
and then you had the Texans play. First of all, the whole Texans organization are a bunch of pussies.
Yeah.
They're the biggest crybabies I've ever seen.
I've never seen a crybaby team worse
What a
than that.
bunch of losers. Can you imagine losing and just being that ridiculous afterwards. Like, own it. You got beat. You got your ass whooped. I'm sorry. If you want to cry about well, we knew what it was going to be before. Shut up. That's loser mentality. You knew you were going to lose, and you need an excuse. That's what happened.
They were making excuses. Steve, the
it's
media
crazy.
too.
Well,
the
wait,
entire time that Fox was on TV, wasn't this on Fox or something? We're Buck, no, it was ESPN. So Buck and Troy Aikman, they're on there crying and whining. Dude, you get the honor and privilege of calling football. You played in the NFL, and now you are calling games for the NFL. They are paying your paycheck because ESPN wouldn't exist if NFL pulled rights for them to show all the replays. Okay. You wouldn't do it. You're gonna live off WNBA highlights. It ain't happening. Like, you're living off the NFL like everybody else. And then you're going to go on there and you're going to shame the product and try to tell me that all this is wrong. And then people's going to get on there and be like, this is why we need full-time officials. Why? Full-time officials would have made those calls too because that was the correct call.
Right. Well, I mean, you learn very early in football you can't hit someone in the face mask with the crown of your helmet.
And Will Anderson totally did that. That was 100%.
Look, it doesn't matter if it barely hit it. It doesn't matter at all. If it touches it, that's a penalty.
Right. It does not say in the rule book, Steve, that you didn't get hit in the head hard enough.
Right.
You know? Well, that smack to the head wasn't enough.
Right, Mike. And then something I was going to say, the players are crying. Henry Oto, or whatever his name is, he was crying and said, well, he's a runner. At that point, when they leave the line of scrimmage, you're a runner. So now they're just completely ignoring the fact that quarterbacks have always been able to slide.
It doesn't matter if he's okay. I don't care if he's
Isn't
a running
this crazy?
back. I don't care if he's a running back. If the running back gives himself up in a slide position, okay, this is not a quarterback. If a running back gives himself up in a slide, if a running back just gets tackled and you forearm him to the head twice, you are getting an unnecessary roughness penalty. Where is the disconnect that says that you can now forearm people in the head and go at you can't even lead with the crown of your helmet. It is the intent of the play. If you lead with the crown of your helmet, you should be ejected. Those guys should have been ejected, matter of fact. I just don't understand where the disconnect is here, except for the fact that everybody is just a bunch of crybabies.
That's exactly what it is. Everybody is crying because they don't want the Chiefs to win. That is all it is.
It's all it is. Look at this play. Look, Mahomes is sliding. Look at when he's sliding. Here's where he starts his slide. Of course, ESPN. Okay, he's starting his slide right now. This dude's not even in the frame, guys. He's not even in the frame. Okay, he's going down. He's going down. At this point, you let up on the play if you're the guy on the left. The guy on the right, I'll give him credit. He's in a breakdown position trying to maybe make a play. So look, the other guy comes flying in. He's angled towards the ground. Why would you be angled towards the ground if you're not trying to hit somebody going down, by the way? Okay, who tackles like a T-Rex with their hands above their face mask? And then if you keep the play going forward, both guys are leading with their heads. The guy on the right is leading with his head. You see him put his head down, and then he takes his left hand and smacks Mahomes in the back of the head. Okay, guy on the left, T-Rex over here, he's leading with his hands up in front of his face, which means he's trying to hit somebody with his hands, and he makes contact right there in the head. At the same time, both players hit the head. And, of course, T-Rex hits his own guy because he can't even see him because he's looking down at the ground. What are we doing? What are we doing? How is this some kind of Chiefs conspiracy that the Chiefs get the calls when you can plainly see that, and every single person on the planet is like this? Chiefs get every call. Mahomes is such a flop. Like, what are you talking about?
Mike, they were doing this before this game. That's the thing.
They're going to do it after this game.
Exactly. They will nitpick anything they can. Anything they can. They will nitpick, and it's fine. If that was Josh Allen, there would have been a flag. If that was even Lamar Jackson, there would have been a flag, and he don't even hardly get those calls.
If that was Joe Burrow, it would have got a flag.
If
that was Justin Herbert, you would have got a flag.
Any quarterback in the league would have got a flag. And
why?
You know what?
Because they hit him in the head.
Exactly, and they're also a little extra touchy after a Texans player tried to kill Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Like not long ago.
Your team just got in trouble for trying to behead a quarterback on the NFL field.
Look, man, if anything, I think the Texans are a dirty team and they got caught.
Yeah, I think they're exposed. And
You know?
instead of getting exposed by everyone because it's the Chiefs and Mahomes and they hate us, now it's like we're glorifying headhunting in football.
Right. If that's the case, man, if that's not a penalty, then I guess we could start taking headshots at quarterbacks.
It's wild, dude. It's just wild. Look, I don't want to really spend any more time on it. It's annoying. I've said my piece. But the whole thing is this. On every social media platform, on everything, everybody is literally showing their Chief derangement syndrome. This was a 100% correct call. Even the Will Anderson, if you take the screenshot, you can see that they did touch. It doesn't say you have to touch a certain amount of force. It's a touch, okay? When Chris Jones gets a penalty for landing with his body weight on somebody because you can't shift your body weight midair, that's still a penalty.
Yeah.
You know, it's ridiculous.
They didn't talk about how the Raiders were cheaters when that happened, did they?
No.
You know, I don't remember that. But you know what, Mike? They just have it. We have to start it right now. It's just CDS. They have Chief derangement syndrome.
It's Chief derangement syndrome. That's all it is. That's all it ever will be.
That's fine. But, you know, we know that the average NFL fan is a slap nut. We know this. They're stupid.
Beyond.
They don't know the rules. Football casuals are
that's what I'm saying. That's why it's a little annoying.
The worst group of people in the world.
That even now you've got ex-NFL players, players in the NFL, coaches in the NFL, and now you've got media analysts doing it as well. Yeah. Like you're feeding into this narrative in hopes that the NFL will cave and screw the Chiefs. That's what they're hoping happens.
That's exactly what they're doing.
That's
exactly what they're doing.
That's all it is.
You're going to see the effects of it in this game we're getting ready to talk about, Mike. AFC Championship game, Buffalo knocked off the Ravens last night. What about that? I kind of thought the Ravens might get them.
I told you I had a feeling it was the Bills.
It's fine, though. Honestly, I'm kind of like with you, what you said. Like, it's just kind of, that's the way it should be. Buffalo, the only team that beat us through the regular season. Let's get them in the AFC Championship game.
I texted you and I said,
what? That ass go on.
I said, I'm fine with it. To be the best, you got to beat the best. And if they want to win a Super Bowl, they have to beat the best. And if we want to win, we got to beat the best because they're obviously the best team in the AFC besides us. They're probably the best team in the NFL besides us. So go out there and beat them. Travis Kelce said he wanted a Mortal Kombat. Go Mortal Kombat a little bit. Okay? Right. Steve, I don't see how the Chiefs can't be so fired up to play this game. This is the only team that beat you legitly in the regular season. It was minuscule, but they did it. Yeah. You could have had a perfect season if not for this, because you would have been playing against Denver with a perfect season and you wouldn't have sit.
Yeah.
You could have had the best team in NFL history, and this team knocked you off because you all made a blunder there in the last few minutes. But this is the Chiefs cannot. It's hard to beat a team twice in a year. You just seen it with Buffalo and the Ravens. The Ravens smoked them just a couple months ago.
Right.
The Chiefs are going to be fired up to play this game. You better be. Their asses better be on fire. If they come out looking like they're just half asleep, then this team didn't want to win. This team don't want a three-peat. So it's very easy. There's nothing that you should not be getting fired up for. This should just stoke it even further. This is what we want. You want to beat the one team that beat us on your way to taking a three-peat.
Of course, man. This is how it goes. I mean, I think Patrick Mahomes is 3-1. I think, or like 3-0 against. I'm sorry, 3-0 against the Bills in the playoffs, and 1-4 against the Bills in regular season. Right?
Yeah, the Bills are regular season champs. You know.
Exactly, and I think that we continue that narrative. I think that's just something that continues to trend. Because I'm with you, man. Why would the Chiefs not be? This couldn't have played out. This season couldn't played out better for them, right? Like, not only did you go into the playoffs as the 1 seed, got plenty of rest. You come in, you play a tough game at Arrowhead against the Texans. You beat them, fine. You're in the AFC Championship game for the 7th straight freaking year. And who better to beat to go to the Super Bowl than Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills? The one team that beat you. It is.
It's poetic. And you're more than likely, looks like you might get to play the Eagles. It's going to be a Super Bowl rematch there. Now, I would like to see the Commanders. The Commanders, hats off to them. But I feel like once you upset the Lions, that could be your Super Bowl, and you might have a letdown coming up.
Well,
you
Mike,
might have a letdown coming up for a young franchise.
If you go back to our live streams early in the season, or maybe even before the season started, what did I say? I said the Detroit Lions aren't getting there. They will not. Dan Campbell will coach them right out of a Super Bowl. Doesn't matter how good they are. And it would be a rematch of the Chiefs and the Eagles.
Yeah.
So like it's shaping up the way that I thought it was going to.
Right,
And
but both of us thought the Rams had a very good shot of winning that game.
Yeah.
They actually picked the Rams, and they should have if they probably didn't have a lot of turnovers. There was a lot of stupid.
Yeah, they only lost the game by what, 6 points?
Yeah, and I mean, there was one time they were driving, just fumble the ball, whatever. Is what it is. That's what happens in those games. I mean, it happened to Lamar. They were driving, he drops the ball. Look, Lamar versus Josh Allen, it was exactly what we said. One quarterback is getting destroyed with a choke job, and that's Lamar, and then Josh Allen. Josh Allen wins the game passing for 127 yards and taking in 2 freaking tush pushes.
Yeah.
That's the epitome of Josh Allen all year.
Right.
Just getting some padded stats in the red zone.
And that's the thing. They want to talk about Patrick Mahomes just being completely overrated because of his poor stat line beating the Texans. But if Josh Allen has an equivalent stat line, he's great. He's MVP.
Patrick Mahomes looked like a gunslinger out there compared to Josh Allen yesterday. and look, and Lamar Jackson didn't do nothing to lose that game. He actually marched the team down the field in the second half. Should have won, and then Mark Andrews drops that. And you got to feel bad for Mark Andrews.
He just fumbled like the drive before that.
Right, got to feel bad for him. Like he went through a hell of a few minutes there, and he's going to carry this all season. I don't dislike Mark Andrews as a human.
I don't dislike him either. But
Dislike
if
Lamar
you're getting
Jackson.
if you're getting paid that much money to play football and you screw up that bad and that critical of a time, I don't feel that bad for him.
Look, Josh Allen's being praised. We said he would. Lamar Jackson's getting ripped. We said he would. Now, hopefully, everybody's going to stop the Lamar Jackson rip. I get it. But look, somebody said,
it'll go right back next
somebody
year.
Somebody said, "Oh, now Lamar Jackson's a running quarterback again." With him and Jalen. And I said, "You're crazy." I mean, what we've seen yesterday, they're both running quarterbacks. They're both running backs playing the position. Josh Allen's literally padded his entire MVP stats off tush pushes, like Jalen Hurts.
Right.
It's insane. We're going to see that 300 times on Sunday.
Good Lord.
I hate that.
Mike,
if Nick Bolton doesn't come in there and blow that up.
I don't want to see anything less than the Chiefs rout Buffalo at Arrowhead in the AFC Championship game.
Dude, I want to see
if it's not a 21-point plus victory, I'm not going to be happy. Let's just go.
You're not going to get that.
You're not, Mike, I know.
No way you're getting that.
Shush. Just do it.
The Chiefs haven't beat a team by 21 points in 17 years, it feels.
Well, I mean, what better can you do when the entire world's crying that you get the calls to win the game?
No, I'm with you. I think you should go out there and put your foot on their throat and just smash it.
How would these guys not have all the motivation in the world to come out and just whoop that ass? I mean, honestly.
Well, maybe they do, but maybe they can't get it. I don't know.
They can, and they will. It's ridiculous, bro. Like, I don't understand how anyone can try to devalue the entire dynasty, kind of like make it,
Oh, no. The media and everybody's trying to discredit our entire legacy right now. They're trying to discredit Mahomes' entire career. You got to go out there and beat them. Flapjack with a 5. He says, every level of media trying to tarnish what we're doing right here on Q. From the players to the media to the social media, it's crazy. Steve, they're out there trying to take away every win Andy's ever had. Every single Super Bowl ring they've put on, every win Patrick Mahomes has had, it's all because of the refs.
Yeah, of course.
You want to know how you do that? You go out there and you beat the piss out of the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen in front of America, in front of Jesus, in front of the world. And you go out there and you shut people up and you don't even let the refs make a call. Because guess what? They could give 50 penalties to the Bills and you're not overcoming a 28-point deficit.
Right.
Go out there and beat them into the ground. That is the only way to do it. And if I'm Kelsey and if I'm Chris Jones, I'm not letting them talk about my quarterback like that. If I'm the offensive line, you're not disrespecting Patrick Mahomes. Matter of fact, the fans should be so loud that they blow Josh Allen's eardrums. Right. Because they've disrespected everything that we've built. And we're not a team that's got anything handed to us, Steve. We're all not bandwagoners that got here when Josh Allen or Bills fans or Bengals fans when they drafted Joe Burrow. That was the first time you've ever cheered. Half the fan base has ever even picked up a jersey, okay? We've been suffering for years and years and years and years. And if we didn't have fans, how are we breaking decibel records? And how are we doing this and doing that? Shut up. Like, this is the time to defend the Chiefs, defend the kingdom, and you do it this week. And you beat the crap out of them. Because it doesn't matter who we play in the Super Bowl. They're both inferior. This is your Super Bowl right now. Take care of it.
Absolutely. And you have to do it in style. I'm with you. If they're gonna sit
at the end of the day, if you win by a point, though, you win. But beat them to death.
Of course, but you have to have that mentality. I mean, if you don't come out with that intensity and just ready to absolutely slaughter them, then I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. 100. Appreciate you, Flapjack. 5-bomb from Horned Up. The media refs narrative, cheap way for them to get some views from losers. It really is, dude. Dude, somebody told me yesterday, oh, well, the Chiefs cried about calls. Remember when Mahomes was crying about calls? Oh, my God, you thought the world was ending because Mahomes said the officials weren't consistent.
Yeah, they threw a fit.
He didn't come out and say, oh, it was the refs versus the Chiefs. Oh, they just don't want the Chiefs to win. He never once even uttered that word. He gets mad because the officials don't get consistency on that call of Kadarius Toney having his toe over the line.
Yeah.
Okay. He wanted some consistency. He spoke out about it, and you would have thought he was the biggest crybaby in the world. Yet the entire Texans team get out there and blame the officials and cry and whine, and they're being coddled. And we all feel your pain. We all feel your pain. Mahomes is a crybaby. Dude.
It's that Chiefs derangement syndrome, like
it's
the
CDS.
Worst.
It's the worst. At times like this, you just want Mahomes to beat teams so bad the NFL just evaporates into thin air because he just Thanoses everyone. I hope he beats the Bills so bad this year and everybody explodes from salt tears to the point that there's not even an NFL. Like, he broke the NFL and it's over. There'll never be another NFL game again.
Right.
He just won.
You know what? And I would say this, as fans, like, naturally you want to try to defend them. There's no winning this argument with these idiots.
No, you're never winning it.
You're wasting your breath. You're wasting your time. The best thing you can do is laugh at them. Honestly,
I've almost
do you realize
started to become the villain even on social media.
You have to be. Just laugh at them. Just say nothing more than cry about it. Go cry.
This is my new one. I just give them a nice laugh because that pisses them off, and then I'm just like, enjoy watching us win another Super Bowl.
Right.
Had fun. Can't even pay my rent this month because it all went to the NFL officiating. Suck it.
Yeah.
Don't care.
I mean, honestly, that's the best thing you can do is just go along with it. Who cares?
I say,
who cares?
I'd rather be homeless with a 3-peat than you all sit in your mom's basement crying about it on Instagram.
Listen,
Like,
I can tell you right now, nobody's coming to take our Lombardis away from us because Patrick Mahomes
destroyed your team.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. It's not happening. I don't think Roger Goodell's got a team out there that says, you know what? They didn't hit him hard enough for these calls, so we need to go back and take all their wins away. It's never happening.
Can the NFL stop? Does the NFL have enough leverage to stop ESPN, NFL, ABC, all these analysts that call the games, such as Troy Aikman and old Buck over here, whining and crying? Can the NFL pressure ESPN and them to be like, look, if you guys don't handle that situation for demeaning our product on live TV, then we're pulling our rights.
Right, yeah.
The NFL has and that's what Goodell should be doing right now. He should be on the phone all morning long with everybody and being like, anybody that tries to say that our league is fixed for a specific team, you're going to lose your rights to broadcast our league because you're destroying it. It's defamation.
It really is.
I'd be bringing up a defamation lawsuit. Like, Steve,
Mike,
I can't give you the rights to promote my product, and then you go out there and just destroy it.
Absolutely. They can pull those licensing deals. Why couldn't they?
Go out there and destroy everyone. And you should. You should.
Greg Goodwin with the 5-bomb says, crybabies can suck it. ACU rules. Mike, we got one for them.
Suck it! Suck it! We got 2 words for you! Suck it!
You know, it's just time for people to grow up, right? I mean, good grief.
Just come
What
to
are
the
we talking
realization
about?
that Patrick Mahomes is your father.
Good Lord. Don Herman, a new member. Appreciate you, Don.
Appreciate you, Don.
Welcome
Don
to the
knows what's
ACU
up.
crew. Let's go. For those of you that are not a member, you might want to be one. We're going to do a members-only live stream this week, give away a signed jersey. So go join.
I'm in the process of trying to get that George Karlaftis jersey.
Yeah.
I don't know how long the process is going to take, but I'm trying.
George is going to be a busy man this week. Sam Lofton with the 5 bomb says, why doesn't the NFL find the announcers for questioning the refs calls like that? The players and the coaches. I think, like, first of all, I don't know about that if they can do anything.
I don't think they can because they don't
But
own ESPN.
Exactly. Yeah, or
whoever's
broadcast.
doing it. Yeah.
Right? But at the same time, I'm with you. I think
You
that's just
represent their
something-
league.
I think that's just something. If you've noticed, Mike, and when did this change? Because we've watched bad calls take place for the entirety of football, the entirety of the NFL. Ever since I started watching it, there have been bad calls, and not one time will the broadcasters or any of the media guys go against the referees and the entire league. They never will.
No,
like,
they
it could be the
actually
most
go
blatant
out of their way to
even-
make it look like the right call.
Even when the Patriots were actually freaking cheating,
Yeah.
they would not. And now, just because the entire world's so tired of the Chiefs winning and crying, they want to be on that side. They want to be people will like me if I get on here and say what they're saying. If I live in their delusion, they'll love me. And that works. That works.
See,
There's other YouTube
Tom
channels that
Brady-
do the same thing, Mike.
Tom Brady was out there with a deflated football so much that it looked like he was throwing around a leather paper wad, and they were trying to say it was the Goodyear blimp.
Right.
Like, what in the world? And now you've got these people just on there. And you've even got, like, Chris Collinsworth and all these guys coming out. I think it's Collinsworth. Is he the one that started Jawan Taylor stuff?
Yes.
Like, dude, they're actually physically starting. It's like they're going after players.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. And you know, Jawan Taylor's had to deal with that ever since. He's had a target on his back ever since.
If I was Jawan Taylor,
and-
I'd sue him for defamation.
Well, and the exact same thing's going to happen here. We're going to start seeing Patrick Mahomes get hit and them not calling it.
Yes, they're going to make the officials scared to call.
Right. And then what are teams going to do when they find out that they can get away with that? It's a joke. bro.
When does it stop? When does it stop? When they don't call it and Mahomes takes a headshot
When-
and they knock
when
him out of
Mahomes-
the game
yes,
or
exactly.
in his career or something like that?
That's what
Is that what the
happens.
NFL wants? I don't think it's what the NFL wants because the NFL knows that Patrick Mahomes is a moneymaker,
He's the greatest of all time.
but he's not getting any priority over it to become the moneymaker
Could you
like everybody's
imagine?
trying to say.
Could you imagine the NBA in the 90s just being like, you know what? Go out there and beat the living shit out of Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
hurt
him
him.
break his legs. It's okay.
Get rid of him.
The NBA don't
It's
want
not
that.
gonna- it's not
And you
gonna
better
happen.
believe, though, if the people would have come out and said that, the NBA would have shut you down.
And they did, because that was the whole narrative
Look
in
at
the
LeBron.
90s.
LeBron's made his whole entire career off flopping around. And he's considered the
Josh
greatest of all
Allen,
time.
too. I mean, come on.
Mahomes flops one time. Look, Mahomes shouldn't have pulled that stupid-ass flop on the sideline. He give
don't-
the haters a reason.
No,
He
who
shouldn't have done it.
cares? I don't care.
But the
I
point
think
is,
that's just
he was
smart
trying
football.
to sell to win. Yes.
Who
It's
cares?
smart football because every other quarterback in football is going to do it.
Everyone does it.
But Mahomes isn't allowed. You know what? He shouldn't have done it. He should have looked at the guy in the face, and he should have gotten his face and been like, hit me harder next time, bitch. That's what he should have done.
He does that sometimes.
Look,
you
I'm
know.
tired of it. I'm so tired of it. They've got me saying B words on TV. Not TV, but YouTube. You get it. Well, if you're broadcasting on TV, there you go. I'm irritated about it, man. It's just, I don't know. I cannot take this loser mentality across the entire world.
The thing about it is, and I'll talk about it right after this, but I mean, here's the thing that really pisses me off, I'll talk about in a minute, but let's get this 10 bomb from Ed. What's up, Ed Otero? He says, time to put Humphreys back at left tackle. Wrong. We played
No, Ed, let's
Beals
not.
with Morris, placed Hurley back, Tooney back at left guard to improve rank.
Yeah,
That's
Ed,
the
I
worst
appreciate the
narrative.
10, but I do not like
Yeah.
this. The whole
Yeah.
like what did Tooney do that was so bad the other day?
He was good.
He allowed one sack.
Yeah.
That's his first sack,
Yeah.
by the way, in 5 games now at left guard or left tackle.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate the support, Ed, but this narrative, it's dead. Like
It's
this
a
was
horrible
pushed.
narrative.
This was pushed by other Chiefs YouTubers, and everyone drank the Kool-Aid, and it's not been a good narrative the entire
true.
time. It's not true. That's why Andy Reid started Joe Tooney and not DJ Humphries.
Yeah, come on. Andy Reid's the smartest guy on the planet when it comes to this, and
Yeah.
he agreed that was the most bogus BS
Right.
narrative he's ever heard in his life.
Yeah. Now that I think everybody after watching Joe Tooney be good in this last game, I think.
Joe Thuney let up one speed rush around the edge, and did you notice what he did afterwards? He locked in, and he destroyed him coming off the edge. I mean, I'm talking he put him in the dirt a few times.
And the one sack that he got beat on was Patrick Mahomes taking a 20-step drop and standing there, not even going up into the pocket.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
he was in the.
he didn't help
5 yards
himself.
deep. He was 5 yards deep, took a 5-step drop. I mean,
He didn't help himself in that
physics
whatsoever.
tells me that you're not going to stop a pass edge rusher doing that. So,
Yeah. Appreciate the 10 bomb, though, Ed. Thanks for the support. Sam Lofton been a member for 11 months now. Says, just let it go and bask in the Chiefs' winning glow. That's what I'm doing, Sam. I don't really care. But what I was going to say, the only thing that really pisses me off about it, because, like, honestly,
I don't care. You know what pisses me off?
no, I don't. I really don't care. Like, anything I've ever said to anybody, if I've responded to any comments or anything like that online, I always just tell them to go cry about it. Cry. You're a loser.
Yeah, I mean, just cry more.
Right, I don't care. But like the thing that pisses me off about the entire thing is that this narrative started by a bunch of morons that don't watch football, that don't know the rules of football.
And it's now infiltrated into actual NFL teams.
Yes, dude. That's the craziest part. Like when I think about the people that I personally know, like if I were to go on my Facebook page and it's just got a bunch of people that I never talk to, but I know who they are, right? Like they're on there and you'll see a handful of these people saying this, and they've been saying this for years. And when I look at them, I'm like, oh, well, that's cute. You don't even watch football. Like I know that person. I know who they are. They don't watch football. They don't even know the rules, but they're talking about it. It's just like, it's like you said, they've infiltrated the media. And now you got NFL teams who don't want to take accountability for their own suck that are out here crying about it. I'm sorry, Texans. You suck. We could play that game 10 out of 10 times. The Chiefs are going to beat you. The Chiefs beat the hell out of you 3-4 weeks ago. They beat the hell out of you again. They're going to beat the hell out of you when you play next year. I honestly think
Andy Reid took it easy on him this week. I felt like he ran the most vanilla playbook I ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
He didn't even run the ball. We were talking about a run game scenario all week long with our left tackle, and the dude runs the ball 12 times. Like, he didn't even care. Andy Reid didn't even give a crap. He just told Kelsey and Mahomes to go play street ball all day, and they beat you.
Right.
Kelsey, old ass, running around. He looked like he ran a 40 in about 18 seconds. He was depleted.
The Texans had a very mediocre season.
The Texans shouldn't even have been in the playoffs.
Right. And they get in the playoffs at like 10-7. And then they
honestly, look, I'm going to tell you, I think the Bengals were a better playoff team than them. I'm going to say it. I think Cincinnati was probably more deserving than the stupid Houston Texans. And I don't care who Houston beat in the first round. It was a fluke. Right.
Well, that's the thing. They won one game and they decided they were good again.
They get no. Look, I was giving them credit at first. They get no credit from me now. They're a bunch of losers and crybabies.
Trash.
You get nothing. You're trash. Go to Houston.
Greg Goodwin with the 2 bombs. His Furious George rules, baby. Hey, George went off, bro. Look, if you want to talk about why you lost the game, it wasn't because Patrick Mahomes got penalties thrown that were legit penalties. It was because George Karlaftis whooped your ass.
It's because George Karlaftis so far up CJ.
You couldn't even stop. You couldn't even stop George Karlaftis, bro.
He's going to be paying rent this month, okay?
Bro.
That's how much up in there he was. He's still there right now. They're seriously trying to surgically remove George Karlaftis' foot from his ass right as we speak. Breaking news. Yeah, I'm sure Ian Rappaport will report it any minute now. Successful surgery has been removed. Get out of here. Like, come on. You're going to miss all those. Some guy got mad at me. He said, you guys said that the field goal kicker only left 4 points on the board. He actually left 7. I was like, well, it got blocked.
A block. Yeah.
That's not really the field goal kicker's problem. That's just the rest of the team sucking.
Yeah.
You know. So,
Chiefs executing.
You know, but I get the sentiment. Like, you did cost your team 7 full points, and you're going to be crying about this. And you've allowed 8 sacks.
Right.
And you're crying about an actual penalty.
Right. Mike, we have a whole lot more comments to get to. We're going to probably keep making fun of people for not knowing the rules of football.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you get.
And we're also going to actually talk about this Bills and Chiefs matchup coming up right after this short ad from Manta.
Today's show is sponsored by Manta Sleep Mask. You got to check this out. We weren't big believers in sleep masks. I thought they were going to be too big, too hot, too bulky. But Manta sleep mask changed that perception for me. These sleep masks are so comfortable. You can change the cup around your eye and find a custom fit. That way the mask finds your comfortability. With these pillows around your eyes, you feel zero pressure. And with a 100% blackout technology, you can go to sleep anytime, day or night, no matter how erratic your sleep schedule is. You can go with the sound mask, the pro mask, the silk mask, or just the sleep mask. You should go check out their website by clicking the link we have provided for you in the description below and read up on which option sounds best for you. But regardless of which mask you choose, use our code ACU10 at checkout and receive a 10% discount that we have secured through Manta Sleep for you, Chiefs Kingdom. Again, go to the description, find the link, find the mask you want to try out, use code ACU10 and get yourself some of the best sleep you've ever had in preparation of this long football season.
Let's go, baby. Do it to it. Mike, I could hear that ad, baby. I could hear you that time.
You could. You know what? I'm gonna have to put these people. I'm gonna have to put everybody watching through another BetUS ad so we don't get dropped. And I apologize. It's probably gonna happen here in about 10 minutes. I apologize, but my mic has caused me for you to have to take another 30-second intermission, and I completely apologize. It's my bad on me. But I know you guys won't hold it against me, and you'll just support.
Well, good morning, Chiefs Kingdom. Good morning, Chiefs Kingdom. If you're just rolling in, we appreciate you coming in, hanging out with all Chiefed Up. We've been talking about the salty tears of the Chiefs haters out there early on. We're going to talk about this Buffalo Bills matchup. Mike, we got a couple more super chats to get to real quick. Right now, we got John Hale, been a member for 5 months.
Baby.
He says, I'm looking forward for the redemption game against Buffalo. Troy Aikman is not a Chiefs fan because the Chiefs are now America's team. Troy Aikman hates Patrick Mahomes. He's hated him since day one.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick Mahomes broke every Troy Aikman record within 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, he was salty very early on because this guy went out there. First of all, Troy Aikman was pretty overrated. Let's get that straight.
Yeah, he wasn't the greatest.
Yeah,
I mean, come
right.
on. Emmitt Smith carried that.
Emmitt Smith carried him, and he knows it, and he thought he was something, and Patrick Mahomes broke every record he had in 3 years and just made him cry. So, of course. Appreciate you being a member, John.
Aikman fight with somebody from like Chiefs Twitter, and it goes viral like every year. I don't remember who it was, but somebody from like Chiefs Arrowhead Pride or something. He fought him on like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of funny,
guys. If you're tired, if you're just tired of the Chiefs derangement syndrome, if you're tired of all the slap nuts out there that don't know the rules of football trying to talk about it. If you're just tired of it in general, hit that like button for us. Hit that like button for us right now if you're watching on
we
YouTube.
gotta have 7 billion likes.
Yeah. If you're on X, make sure to repost this out to your followers. If you're on Facebook, share it with your friends and family. Let's get this thing going. We got a 5-bomb Flapjack, baby.
Flapjack's back, baby. He says Mahomes did say he's a professional actor in a Doritos commercial. LOL. Flop, baby, flop. Yeah, he's a professional actor now, you know.
There's not a quarterback in this league that doesn't act like they got hit a little bit harder on the sideline.
Dude, like you've said this. Josh Allen does this. Dude, you seen I want to say like the tight end for the Bills did it yesterday.
Mike, there are 5-minute videos of Josh Allen, just a compilation of him flopping. But we're going to talk about Patrick Mahomes doing it one time.
One time.
And they didn't even call it. The ones that Josh Allen flops on, they give him the flag.
Mahomes is the greatest actor of all time because obviously he's been acting like he's the greatest quarterback ever, but everything he's ever done is illegitimate.
That's the funny part.
He's been putting on a beautiful act for 7.5 years.
They talk about how hard it is to win a Super Bowl, but Patrick Mahomes is just doing it, and he's not even good.
Yeah.
You know?
He's not even good. He's just out here just doing it. Like, so stupid.
Casey Lion Squad with a 10 bomb says, for your information, they did beat the shit out of MJ. Remember, they had Jordan rules. Also, flopping is only illegal in the NBA. A flop in the NFL is a high IQ play. Well, that's the thing. People were doing it in the NBA. That's why they had to make it illegal because it became so prevalent, right? People were getting calls.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
if you don't like it, do something about it. Like, that's the thing. They don't, it's okay. Like we said, it's okay when Josh Allen does it every game. It's okay if Joe Burrow were to do it. But when Patrick Mahomes does it now, it's a problem. And I could see them changing a rule now. Because look what happens. Every time the Chiefs win a game, or every time the Chiefs do something, they'll change a rule. And for people to
change the
think
rule to, Steve, they want this to go upstairs and be reviewable. What are they going to do? Slow it down and be like, yes, it actually hit his face mask. That's a penalty.
Can I bring
what do you
something
do at
up?
this point?
The same people that are so mad about Patrick Mahomes getting a flag for unnecessary roughness when he got hit in the head twice by two
on the
different
slide
guys.
play.
Where was the outrage when Josh Allen fake slid and ran the ball for 70 yards for a touchdown? Where's the outrage when Justin Herbert fake slid and ran the ball for 50-yard touchdown? No one cared that they were faking a slide. They were literally manipulating the damn rule.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It's like,
well, no, they tried that with Mahomes. When they said he faked going out of bounds when he never did.
even if he did, it doesn't matter. I mean,
look,
here's the
it's
thing, Mike. If we're
ridiculous.
playing a game, if we're playing we're playing Monopoly, okay? If me and you play Monopoly and we make it a rule that you can steal money from the bank, it's okay. You can steal money from that bank. You can't cry about it when I reach over and get me a hundo. You can't do it.
No.
I'm
but
sorry.
The rest of the world will flip the Monopoly board over when Mahomes wins.
Sorry, you can't do it.
Cry about it.
And that's the thing. Like, the Chiefs are not a team that takes advantage of the rules. They're not. They've never ran the ball for a 70-yard touchdown because they fake slid. Not one time has Patrick Mahomes ever done that.
That's why I just wish Mahomes wouldn't have done it. It just gave the haters something to like be legitimate about.
That's fine. I think it's kind of funny.
But also, I also think that maybe by him flopping on the sideline, doesn't that disprove every theory? If Mahomes gets every call, wouldn't he have got that call? That should have been a call for Mahomes.
If the Chiefs were to get as many calls as people thought, I shouldn't see Chris Jones getting held every play.
No. But I'm just saying, if Mahomes gets every single call and he's protected, why did he not get that flop call? He should have got that flop call. He should have got it. So that one play disproves
No, they
the
finally
fact.
it was the awakening. It was the awakening,
Oh, was
right?
it?
The refs finally realized we've been cheating for Patrick Mahomes. We got to stop.
Dude, I think that play, maybe Patrick Mahomes had a 5,000 level IQ play there and just showed the world that, hey, I don't flop all the time. And when I do, it looks a little weird. And I still didn't get the call.
Dude, it's funny. Well, here's the thing about it.
Just give him a
it's,
sucker.
it's
Who
simply Chiefs derangement syndrome. If you don't like it, you could stop watching.
Steve,
if you're one of the casuals that think that the league's rigged for the Chiefs, that everyone's cheating for the Chiefs, no one's forcing you to watch it. Just stop.
Is this not just a microcosm of society in 2025 in general?
It
if
is.
you don't like something, if you don't like what somebody say, get rid of them.
Yep.
If you don't like TikTok, ban it. If you don't like this, get rid of it.
Cancel.
Like everybody cancels everything. All they're trying to do right now is cancel the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. I'm surprised they don't start the whole Chiefs name thing after this. Like,
Right.
They just keep coming back and doing the same circle of BS over and over again. And you know what? I'm glad that the NFL so far has not bought into it. Like, they've not changed the way they've called Chiefs games, even though people have cried all year. Like, they've made the legit call. Now, look, did they miss calls? Yes. They miss calls all the time. That happens at every game. Those officials are human. Okay? Should there have been a penalty on Brian Cook on Dalton Schultz because he hip dropped him?
No.
Absolutely. There was a hip drop there.
Was it really
You
a hip
said
drop?
no. Yes, that was 100% a hip drop.
Why is that a thing anyway?
He physically was behind him and couldn't get him down until he dropped his hip. That's the definition.
I just look like a tackle to me.
Well, yeah, we play football. We're not pussies nowadays. But this is what a hip drop is. That should have been called.
Okay, big deal.
But
Who
they
cares?
missed it. Big deal.
Why does
But-
no one care that they tried to walk them into the end zone at the end of the game to keep it close?
Right. Well, I'm just saying, like, you can miss calls. That's fine. You can even say, hey, they shouldn't have missed that. But you can't counter that by saying when the quarterback gets hit in the head twice, we shouldn't have called that. Like, you can't do the whole makeup call, because
Dalton
at that point,
Schultz-
you're going to have all out chaos.
Speaking of Dalton Schultz, he didn't catch that damn ball on the sideline. Everybody and their grandma knows he didn't have
they
control
got
of
away
that
with
ball.
some.
You know what I'm
look,
saying?
that counteracts the hip drop. He would have got 15 on the hip drop, and that would give him 30.
A holding call on Trey Smith was outrageous.
Dude, there
no
were
one
several
cares about
times
that.
Chris Jones was just getting his jersey ripped off of him, and they didn't
dude,
call it.
It was so bad. They were allowing them to hold so much that game. I think there was a play where there was a really blatant hold, and I didn't think they were going to call it, but they did.
The whole point is if you want to put the Chiefs, not the Chiefs, but the officials under a microscope, and you want to go to every single play, there's an old adage if you play football that if you get held, fight through it because there is holding on every play.
Right.
So unless you want a 17-day football game with 4,000 penalty yards, you're going to have to just suck it up and play through it.
Take the body shots, like that's the thing. What do you do when someone's holding you? When I played football, when someone was holding me, I just beat the hell out of their arms, right?
Right.
Eventually, they're gonna get tired of it, bro.
Dude, if I was getting held, I tried to snap their elbow. They'll stop holding you.
Yeah, punch them in the arms.
They want to hit you in the face mask. Give them some knuckle sandwich under the chin.
I got kicked out of a game for that one.
Do what you got to do.
I got kicked out of a game for that exact thing.
Call you dirty, call you what else.
Come on.
If you just can't let the officials decide it all the time. But look, if the officials would have caught you for doing it, that's on you.
That's my advice to the Houston Texans. Get better. Just get better.
Yeah, I don't know. I see somebody stoic in the chat says they aren't calling hip drops. I heard they're just going to fine. That's the crazy thing, too, is like they're putting in rules now where they're just not even going to call it. Like, we're just going to fine people after.
Because
like
it's stupid.
The entire Pacheco thing where they said he initiated contact with his head, running back, and they took his entire paycheck away for it.
So stupid. Mike Flapjack with the 20 bomb.
Dude.
He says, do we let Allen run or throw his way to an L this coming Sunday? Which one are we picking to stop? Yeah, perfect segue here.
Yeah, I love it.
We could talk about Chiefs haters and how stupid they are all day. No one cares. But let's talk about the Bills-Chiefs matchup. Mike, what do you think? What do you think Spag's game plan is going to be for Josh Allen this time around? I think that you're going to see him get spied because that's what got you beat last time.
You better.
Right.
You better. I think all day long, I possibly have Leo as a spy. We've seen that Leo could do this early in the year.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to stick with it, even late in the game.
Even Drew Tranquil, he's fast.
Yeah.
But can Drew Tranquil take him down? Will he take the angles properly? Can he get him on the ground? That's your thing.
I love Leo as the spy because Leo can do some damage.
Yes. Look, you don't have to now blitz Josh Allen a ton. I believe our front four is at a point with George coming on. Felix is actually showing some signs of life. I think Omenihu is starting to get back to full health. You've had Mike Dana be decently solid all season long. You've had Turk Wharton have a great season. This is the time to let the front four eat, and you tell the front four you've got to get Josh Allen and keep him in the pocket. If you can't get there, at least do your job properly and don't let him get outside the pocket. Don't get washed out of the middle either, unless we're going to do a spy. So my whole thing is I think you stop Josh Allen's legs before I'm worried about his arm. Because half the time, I want to say if you go back and look at Josh Allen, if he had 5,000 yards passing, I bet you 3,000 of those is a chuck it and F it scenario where he just throws it up.
He's a very, very lucky quarterback.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I'm not saying Josh Allen's not good. I'm not saying Josh Allen's not good. But if you go watch a lot of his highlight plays, that's exactly what it is. He's just throwing up a prayer. Somehow, some way, it drops right where it needs to be, or his receivers make some kind of ridiculous catch.
Yeah, he's not an accurate guy.
Or his running back catches the ball out of bounds and they give him a touchdown anyway. That happens a lot too.
Happens a lot. It is what
Appreciate the 20, Flapjack. Mike, let's talk about this Buffalo Bills-Chiefs game. I think that's a good place to start. I think the defense really needs to pay attention to Josh Allen in the running game. Also, they've got to stop James Cook. They didn't do a very good job at stopping James Cook last time around. A lot of people haven't. So I think we didn't do a good job of stopping the run against the Texans the other day. Joe Mixon was kind of the highlight of their day.
No, you think that was the plan? Like, let the run game go and just make sure
I
CJ
almost
Stroud
think it
don't beat
was. I almost think it was, but maybe not. I know in the first matchup with the Texans, we held Joe Mixon to under 60 yards rushing. He was a non-factor, just like every other running back that we played this year except for James Cook. And that's the only game you lost.
I will say that I don't think James Cook was the leading rusher, though.
No, but he had at least one touchdown I know of.
Well, he might have had a touchdown, but he didn't have any
yards.
James Cook had 9 carries for 20 yards. Now, he did have 2 touchdowns,
Right.
but he only averaged 2 yards on the day.
We
Like,
don't
Josh
let
Allen was
up
their
a
leading
lot of-
rusher at
we don't-
55 yards.
We don't let up a lot of rushing yards to running backs. We just don't. Like, I think Joe Mixon might have had the highest total of the entire
Yeah, the
year.
Mixon one felt a little odd, but dude, here's from the first matchup what the Chiefs need to just seriously start playing on. In the first matchup, Mahomes had 2 interceptions. Okay, he's in a better spot right now with turnovers and mind frame and everything. Like, he come out and threw a pick right off the rip last time. Okay, so far he's looked a lot better with that one. But they, out of necessity, because Pacheco wasn't even playing, out of necessity, they ran the ball with Kareem Hunt 14 times. That was all Andy mustered up. He gave
Right.
Carson Steele 1 carry for 2 yards. So we had 15 carries from running backs. That's it. 15 carries for 62 yards. And again, Joe Tooney wasn't playing left tackle. Mike Caliendo wasn't playing left guard. And all we could muster up was 62 yards off 15 carries. Okay, so it's not about who was playing tackle or guard or whatever else. It's because Andy Reid didn't commit to the run. Because Kareem
Right.
Hunt was averaging 4.3 yards a carry, which means 3 carries, first down. 3 carries, first down. 2 carries, you're in a third and short situation. A third and a yard and a half is what you're in. So Andy's got to do a better job at establishing the run this game and actually sticking with it just a little bit.
Right. Yeah, no, here's the thing though. The Chiefs beating the Bills to me is an easy thing to do. Just don't turn the ball over. If you don't turn the ball over, you're a better team than them.
Yeah.
I mean, you just are.
Yeah.
So
the Chiefs were a better team the first time.
Exactly. If you limit the turnovers, you don't
And
give them extra
without-
opportunities.
We had at the time, I want to say 14 players on the IR.
Right. Exactly.
It is
And
what
it's
it
funny
is.
because like Bills fans and
Here, everybody, here, let's give
What?
Drew his time. He took the day off school. He played hooky today. He was sick. Or wait, it's Martin Luther King
It's
Day.
Martin
Happy
Luther King Day.
So Drew didn't have to go to school today. So now he wants to come in here and troll. So let's give him his time, Steve. Give him an applause. Look, Drew, we're paying attention to you, buddy. You can go back to whacking off and playing Call of Duty, okay? We're going to go ahead and put you in the
maybe your
pit.
dad will come back with the milk eventually.
Yeah, maybe. We're going to go ahead and put you in the pit. You can have fun down there baiting and eating Doritos, whatever you do down there. Have
Yeah,
a
well, that's
good one,
funny. That's
buddy.
right on cue because I was going to say Bills fans and most of the people that aren't Bills fans, just Chiefs haters in general. They're really on one. They're very, very confident about this because the Bills are going to smash them.
The Texans were confident. I seen somebody tell us the
Good
Texans were going to
Lord,
beat us by
dude.
30 points the other day, and now they're crying about the officials.
It's wild.
Steve, you know what's going to happen? We're going to beat them for the 4th time in the playoffs. We're going back to the Super Bowl. They're going to get online and say, it was the Bills versus the refs.
Yep, the
This is
refs did it.
We're just playing the same thing. It's like Groundhog Day. Where's Bill Murray at?
Yeah.
It's Groundhog Day over here, and I'm here for it.
And Patrick Mahomes is going to keep counting his rings while everybody else is crying, right? I mean, that's kind of been the narrative his entire career.
It's funny. It is what it is.
Well, other than, just keep, taking care of the football, not having unnecessary turnover, stuff like that. That's like the key to me. Other than that, I think like you'd kind of hit on this already, but I think you have to establish a run game. It better not be the second quarter before I see Kareem Hunt get a carry against Buffalo.
No. Who
That's
was it?
wild.
I think it was Mark Borector, legendary wide receiver for the
Bo
Chiefs. Mark
Richter.
Borector. He said, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I think Kareem Hunt should get more carries. Mark, that's not an unpopular opinion, buddy. I think everybody just about agrees at this point.
Yeah.
I honestly think Pacheco's in there like, Andy, you probably need to give Kareem more carries than me. And you want to know what? He got more carries. He had more carries than Pop by the end of the day. But Andy just didn't rely on the run game in general. Andy's got to actually give into the run game just a little bit. It's not as bad as they think it is. Like, you're averaging 4 yards a carry. That's sufficient.
I also think if Patrick Mahomes gets the ball out of his hands quick and they can get a lot of quick passes to Hollywood and even D-Hop, I think we could see a little bit different offense than we did this last week. So Elgin Thrower with the 2 bomb says, who do y'all got? Eagles versus Commanders. I think the Eagles take it. I'm with you, Mike. I think the Commanders are coming off a high. And then stopping Saquon Barkley is easier said than done.
I think as a Chiefs fan, I think it would be fun to play the Commanders in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it would be great.
I think they're probably like not as well put together, but technically, even with the rookie, I believe their offense is a little more potent than the Eagles.
Yeah,
as it sits.
Well, I mean, Saquon's been carrying them. So,
But isn't it just like I feel like the Commanders is just fun. Like I feel like it's a fun matchup. I feel like the Eagles we've seen now, like for several years, maybe not in the Super Bowl, but this will be twice. It's always fun to beat Nick Sirianni's ass. That's hilarious. Like so that'd be fun.
yeah.
But yeah, Elgin, appreciate you, man. Appreciate the 2-bomb. I want to see the Eagles. My head says we're going to see the Eagles. My heart wants the Commanders. Do you think if the Commanders have success, though, do you think it's going to ruin their chances of getting their name back?
I don't know.
Or do you think it helps get the name back? Because they might be
I
like,
don't
well,
know.
we never won nothing with the old name, so now we got to stick with the new one.
Can't beat the Redskins no more because the Commanders got to the Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah,
I
that
don't
might
know.
dampen that one, and I kind of want to see them come back to glory.
Maybe.
Maybe we go for the Eagles there.
Yeah.
Steve, we tend to put the curse on. So who do we want to be in the Super Bowl? Let's pick them.
Mike, I don't care. I've already said since the beginning
We
of the year it's
don't.
going to be Chiefs-Eagles.
But we'll say Eagles because I would love
Yeah.
to see the Chiefs Commanders. I think that'd be a fun matchup. That'd be just a fun matchup. Cliff Kingsbury versus his Patrick Mahomes. Like, come on, this would be fun. Ex-Bieniemy leaves, and then
Right.
they get to the Super Bowl. Maybe we bring Bieniemy back and
Yeah.
replace Matt Nagy at the last minute, and Chiefs fans go wild, and that'll never happen. But it's funny to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, guys, we appreciate you all being here. Do us a favor, hit that like button, help us out a little bit. We're going to talk more Chiefs-Bills. We're going to take some more questions. Make sure to get those in the chat. But real quick, Mike, let's try
you're
this
making me get it
one
again.
more time. Here's
go.
your chance to redeem yourself.
Here we go.
Boom.
Head over to betus.com and check out what they got going on. Right now, if you use the code YouTube150, you're going to get a 150% deposit match bonus on your first deposit. And then on the next 2 deposits, you're going to get a 125% deposit match bonus. Those are up to $2,000. So take advantage of all those free plays with those deposit matches. The site's easy to use. There's plenty of props. Go over to betus.com. Let them know All Chiefed Up sent you their way. Use promo
Yeah.
code YouTube150. Steve, and pick the Chiefs over the Bills because Josh Allen sucks.
Hell of an ad read right there, brother.
Daggone, I should
You
get
redeemed
a raise.
yourself. You
I've
redeemed
redeemed it.
yourself.
Daggone.
Mike, we got a 2-bomb from Casey Lion Squad. He says, versus the Bills, we had no Hollywood Brown, no Jalen Watson, no Harrison Butker, and no Isaiah Pacheco.
Who
and that's
else?
the truth. Good Lord, we didn't have nothing going on, apparently.
We didn't have Andy. He didn't even coach. Mahomes was taking a hot dog break for half the first quarter.
And let's Bills fans, they want to be like, y'all need to be humble. Y'all sound like the Patriots fans. You're just cocky. Well, who's out here talking about how good they are and celebrated a regular season win like it was a Super Bowl when they played half of our team? And if
be humble.
Spags just would have spied Josh Allen on a 4th down, we stop him, and we're kicking a field goal to win the game.
yeah.
Like, I mean, seriously, it was. What
If
are you
Spags
all talking
doesn't
about?
get
You
cute,
be
you're in a
humble.
stupid zone right
You
there.
be humble.
Yeah. Don't talk about be humble. We get crapped on from everybody and their grandma that don't even know football. We get crapped on from the media. We get crapped on by everybody. I'm not being humble. I don't care. You've made us the villain.
There was no D-Hop either. This is a totally different team.
Yeah. It's a totally different team, and you're going to get your ass smoked this week is what's going to happen. Steve, if the
Absolutely.
Chiefs don't come out fired up and beat this team into the ground, I don't even think they want to play football anymore. I think the whole team retires.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. Like,
You blast them.
yeah, hey.
Doug, I appreciate
If
you.
any of
Doug.
you guys are watching this freaking show, Chiefs players, you get to the locker room and you let everybody else know, don't be a pansy ass this week. You go out there and you whoop the Bills' ass into the ground. Prove a point. Tell the world to shut up.
Yeah, prove it.
Tell them to grow up out there, Mike.
Grow up. Hey, I appreciate you, Doug. Steve, look what Doug told me. He said that ad read gave him chills.
Hey, it was a good one.
It was a good one.
Sounded like a professional.
You know what's funny is I actually put BetUS's name on the post game the other day, where I just called the Texans a bunch of crybaby assholes.
Yeah.
And then I said, check out BetUS.com today. So BetUS was like, daggone it, you just secluded the entire state of Texas. They're probably dropping us. You know, I don't care.
No one cares.
I don't care. You want to know why?
Nobody cares.
We do what we do. And I apologize to no one.
No, I'm not apologizing.
I'm
for
not
that.
here to make. I'm not here to be your friend, Texans, and I'm not here to be your friend, Buffalo Bills Mafia. You're a bunch of idiots that jump through tables, bro. I don't care what you think. You all have brain damage, more than likely.
All of y'all suck.
They've probably all banged their head 47 times on an asphalt, and I'm supposed to like appease them. I don't care.
We don't. We don't
Dip
care.
your wings in. You dip your wings in blue cheese, and we
That's
all know
disgusting.
ranch is far superior.
Blue cheese is gross.
Who goes to freaking Wingstop and gets a side of blue cheese, bro? It's all about the ranch. Get over it.
Look, you know, some people, they want a safe space for all NFL fans on their channel. And you know what?
don't.
That's the thing. Like,
I want you to come over here horned up, blue chewed out, and just trash everybody.
yeah. We ain't got time for it. You can come talk trash. We invite you. But we're going to talk back. We're going to talk back. We're not going to coddle you here. We're not going to rub your little head.
Hey,
Like,
Angry
"It's okay."
Drunken German says humility is for the fearful. It is. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Look, here's what I'll say. If the Chiefs go out and play their asses off and they get beat, I will congratulate the Bills, and I'll say, look, you beat us. Congrats. You knocked off the champs. You knocked off the three-peat. You deserve it. But all week long, I'm going to tell you you're getting smoked, and when you do get smoked, I'm going to gloat.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do if the Bills win. I'm going to say that refs cheated for the Bills.
It was the Chiefs versus the Bills.
Man, it's a script. This is rigged.
I mean, let's be honest. We kind of did do that versus the Packers when they completely molested MVS at the goal line.
Oof, sheesh. That was bad, though.
That was a bad one, right?
Like, this was a real penalty. These were both real legit penalties. They just didn't hit them hard enough to appease the crowd. But that's a little different.
Yeah, it gets hard to compare when you have a penalty that's an actual penalty they just don't want to call. Or you got a penalty that's an actual penalty that they did call correctly, but you just didn't like it.
Mike, look at someone trying to be our arch nemesis and they didn't spell our name right because they're stupid. Like, imagine going through the trouble of doing this and not even spelling it right because your IQ is so low.
That's Johnny. He took the whack break from the pit. Look, he's whacking with the little dust from the Cheetos. That's his lubrication, and it got stuck to his keyboard. He don't even know how to spell. Go back to school, bro. Like, they should even let you kids off on Martin Luther King Day
Johnny.
because you can't spell properly. Steve, he took the time to do this, and I love it. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button for us too, buddy. Trying to get to 50K. Go ahead.
And you're right. We do put people in the pit, and that's where you just went.
You just went
to the pit.
Go waste more time making more
You
stuff.
don't get put in the pit for trash talk. You get put in the pit because you're an idiot.
You get put in the pit for being a dumbass. That's what you get put in the pit for. Steve, you know what? This is what you get put in the pit for, and this is it.
You're a stupid dumbass.
Absolutely.
That's it. That's why you got put in the pit. It wasn't anything else.
And you know what happens when we put dumbasses in the pit, Mike?
I get fired up.
We get a little horned up.
That's right, baby. Nice and slow. Oh, yeah.
We get
We get a little horned up around here.
horned up. Oh, Patrick Pitt over here, or whatever his name is. He's horned too. Man, look, this is the first intro of the week of Chiefs versus Bills.
Those are going to be a lot.
You know, we're just touching the surface.
Going to be a lot
on
of
it.
content this week, baby.
We're going to do a lot more with that, but we appreciate you guys being here, spending your morning with us. You guys go have a good lunch. Just have some, have whatever, the Texans and everybody else is eating crow right now. We want to eat something better than that. So you go out and you eat your finest meats and cheeses in all the land.
Get out there and get you a Jersey Mike sub. Jersey Mike, this is your chance to sponsor.
You could be sponsoring us right now, but you're not because you're
chance to sponsor All Chiefed Up, and we could tell people to go eat your delicious sandwiches on lunch. But you're slipping. You're slipping, Mike. You need to get it together. But yeah, I appreciate you all being here. Do us a favor, hit that like button on the way out. Shout out BetUS for powering this live stream. Also, shout out Man to Sleep. Get down in the description and check out them. And Mike, it's going to be a fun week. A lot of crying's going to be happening this week. A lot of football analysis, all that good stuff. But we'll be here for you. All Chiefed Up's always here for you to make your day better. So we'll see you next time. Go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.
Heaven was a sight from my soul.